7 new faces, players playing for Castleford who didn't play when the Tigers won 41 points to 0 earlier this season. So on paper, the Castleford side looking even stronger. But we're all aware now of a much improved team now with the Catalan Dragons. They've taken time here to listen and develop and improve. And as Terry pointed out, the arrival of Josh Drinkwater, the attacking kicks that he put in, has made a massive difference to their performance and their success.
Drinkwater living up to his name even before the ball's been kicked. Well, he's not drinking it, he's tipping it all over his head. Bernard Gouache, customary position in the stand, surrounded by local dignitaries. You know that Robert Elston, who head of Super League, is in Perpignan to see this game as well. It is a big contest. Let's hope it lives up to the billing. Robert Hicks is the man in charge and ready to get us underway in Perpignan. And Catalan get first touch of the ball in this game. And here is Remy Casti, who has been outstanding for them in this run of form that has taken them within sight of a top 8 place.
Oh, he's an out-and-out leader, isn't he, Remy Casti? Leads from the front. Every carry seems to be really has a lot of sting in it. And the likes of Michael Simon, Michael McLaurin in the middle of the park, they are very good players who I'm sure they're going to be expecting a big battle from Castleford.
You can hear the Cas fans already making themselves known in the Brutus Stadium. They've had a good day by all accounts in Perpignan. The Catalan club have put out the red carpet for them, and there's been some welcoming events in Perpignan. And there's a welcome committee for Michael Simon. Liam Watts leading the defensive effort there. Kick goes in. It's a wicked one as well. And James Clare just deciding to let that one take its course.
But if you were guessing at this stage, inside the first minute or so, you predict that this is going to be a rather high-scoring contest. It's warm conditions, and both these sides, when they've previously met in the south of France for the last couple of years, been about 50 or 60 points scored on both occasions. So I think we'll see plenty of breaks for drinks when their tries are attempted conversions. And this is the first stop in play here now. The Catalan side get to the other end of the field, and feel the way in here now with some good defence.
Searing sunshine in Perpignan for this game between Castleford Tigers 4th in the table going into this game, Catalan Dragons 9th. The Catalan, one of the form sides in the competition at the moment, other than St Helens. That's some accolade. Oh dear, and Watts has gone without the ball.
Well, I was just about to say that it's all about doing the little things well. When you go down to the south of France in these conditions, respect the ball. There was a little ball that was popped up from Paul McShane, flashing across the back, Liam Watts, not under no real pressure. And Catalan playing at home, it's a lot better place than it was at the start of the season when they only managed to win just 1 from the opening 8 games.
Liam Watts returning to the Castleford Tigers side for this one, having been out for 3 games. Maybe a little bit rusty. They've had good preparation of the Castleford Tigers, travelled on Thursday, based themselves in the area, so they've had time to get used to the hot conditions. As Simon offloads the ball to McIlorum, fortunate there as the ball could have been picked up, might still be picked up. Watts wrestling for it, very nearly redeemed himself, and Catalan with Simon bounces away from the first challenge. Gigot gets the pass away. Casti is upended. McShane down low with the ball stolen, and the referee is somewhere awarded penalty.
Well, they're making a goal here. They've done it several times in recent matches. They've struggled to score points early in the season, and it didn't surprise me here that they're electing to kick at goal. Really important to get in front there. There's interference in the play of the ball. He did try and jump up almost and roll the ball back. Wasn't even facing the post, and Josh Drinkwater will take an easy conversion here now to put them ahead 2 points up.
Drinkwater, as Terry said, has had a big impact since he joined the club, averaging 9 points a game since he was brought on board following the departure of Luke Walsh.
We forget, don't we, that the season really was almost derailed, wasn't it, with the injury to Luke Walsh. Lucas Albert tried very hard, young half-back, played a lot of games, a lot of pressure on him, and his side, maybe he paid the price for his side not picking up the wins. This guy arrived.
It's another one to add to his tally. So Drinkwater with his 23rd goal in Catalan colours puts them 2-0 up.
When you look at Catalan, and they are confident, it's very difficult to try and control them. You don't know who's going to get the ball. The amount of times that they reload behind the man who's carrying the ball, offer themselves an option, which makes it difficult for the defensive line then to read who's going to be getting the ball. They seem to have turned a corner, playing with a smile on the face. Whenever they're down near the opposition's try line, they make it difficult, and Jake Webster, one of the standout players for Castleford, knows that they've got to do the little things well in the game, like we said before. Penalties, mistakes won't help the cause.
Catalan going into this game on the back of that victory over the Leeds Rhinos last time out. Very nearly beat Huddersfield in the previous game. Narrow defeat in that one. And a lot of it has been down to the efforts of their pack. Mikel Simon has been outstanding.
I think, though, this is the first time they've been tested for quite some weeks. All of the victories against teams in the bottom half of the table. The last time they played a good side, that was against St Helens, who weren't able to win. And this now we'll see whether they've just been picking up wins against the weaker teams, or whether they are improving and that will become a contender.
Semi Lafeo with what the Catalan fans thought was a swinging arm. He's in there. Junior Moores with the tackle that time. Drinkwater hoists a high kick. And the ball's dropped by Quentin Lalu Tongagai, went backwards, says the referee.
Well, it's a good attacking kick, isn't it? He hasn't gone for distance. Places it up in the air. Makes Quentin Lalu Tongagai run onto the ball. Unfortunately for them, the ball went backwards.
No, it was a lucky call, when you get those 50-50s, and it went for the Tigers there. I wouldn't be surprised if the referee had blown his whistle and said it was a knock-on, but there's the attempted ball to go wide. They're trying to get outside of the Dragons.
Quentin Lalu Tongagai involved again as he took that pass. It was very nearly slapped up. And Watts, the ball squirts out of his grasp, and it's picked up by Benjamin Julien.
Well, Liam Watts is one of those players, every time he gets his arm free, he is looking for an offload. He is a big man, so he can ride some tackles. That's the second mistake he's made in the opening 6 minutes, Liam Watts.
Referee Robert Hicks is really barking out the instructions to the players out there. And the Catalan crowd, it's their turn to raise their voices. Can they capitalise on that error? That's marginally forward to Bird. Bird gets the pass away. They will get another try under the posts. And it's that man, Josh Drinkwater, again in the point. And Castleford pay the price for coughing up possession in their own half. Greg Bird exploited a defensive frailty.
Well, he's settled in well, hasn't he? And Greg Bird, when he goes through that tackle off a nice little tip-on from Remy Casti. Remy Casti, when he gets the ball here, not many people are expecting him to pass the ball. It's a one-on-one with Paul McShane. When Greg Bird gets hold of that ball, as soon as he gets through the line, he's got that man on his shoulder, Josh Drinkwater.
Fourth try of this campaign with the Catalan Dragons for Josh Drinkwater, courtesy of Greg Bird, the wily, versatile loose forward for the Catalan Dragons.
I think the Dragons have been handicapped in having to play Greg Bird as standoff, and now the fact is back into that better position for him and his team. This will help the Catalan Dragons pick up more wins, I think, in the remainder of this season.
For Drinkwater to take his personal tally and the Catalans' tally to 8. He's on target.
Well, starting the game well against Castleford is very important for the Catalan Dragons. You know, only St Helens have been better in that opening quarter of games this year than the Tigers. They've scored twice as many tries than they've conceded Castleford up until this point. And I think Steve McNamara and the Dragons know getting ahead in the opening 10 or 20 minutes gives us a better chance, a much better chance of winning here today.
I've got to give some credit as well to Remy Castille. That was a no-look pass from the prop forward. We normally see half-backs come up with that play, but that was a prop forward, an experienced prop forward, but still a good skill.
Mind you, it's no guarantee with this Catalan Dragons side. As that restart goes out on the full, this is a pretty catastrophic start for Castleford. Errors compounded by that.
Errors, penalties, kicking the ball out on the full, conceded the first try. And obviously the team that's used to playing in these conditions, training in these conditions, and the team from down the south of France, and Tony Gigot, he is a player along with Remy Castille that certainly know what it means to the home fans, getting those important wins, getting up into the top 8. An awful lot of money spent on assembling this star-studded Catalan side.
So the penalty from the restart, and immediately the Castleford Tigers are on the back foot. And it's been all Catalan Dragons early on. They have managed to squander leads before this season. They were in a great position against the Wigan Warriors at home and didn't close that game out. They were in a leading position against the Huddersfield Giants before the Leeds game, and they blew that. So there's no guarantee. They've got their own defensive frailties. That ball's been knocked on, and Jake Truman gathers it for Castleford. They'll be relieved at that. They've got that ball in their hands.
Well, they need to make sure they control it a bit better, don't they? 10 minutes, not the best 10 minutes for the Tigers, but they know that there's long enough for them here now to recover, and there'll be plenty of opportunities, and I think many occasions when the Castleford Tigers get some points, get across the try line. Well, they need to up their game. And they need to do it right now.
Liam Watts involved there. He's been in the thick of it. When a player puts himself about like that, he's going to come up with the occasional error.
Well, he's always going to have a target on him, isn't he, Liam Watts? He does play the game on the line. Very tough, uncompromising player, and I think this is an important set. Like Jamie Ellis will behind the forward saying, look, we've got to get to the kick. Won't be any negative talk saying don't make a mistake. It'll be let's get to the kick and let's concentrate on defending that next set. We're losing the territory battle at the minute.
And they get the penalty. That's some music to their ears. Greg Bird looks at the referee and just questions that decision.
Well, he's the third most penalised player in Super League, Greg Bird, and just trying to help his team to get back. Just needs to be a bit quicker there in discipline.
Was it Garcia?
He seemed to be offside, didn't he? Almost. I'm not sure what he indicated there for. It kind of in the interference there. Look, there's a quick tap, and James Clare's on with it.
Clare trying to catch Catalan napping, but the referee stop play for a moment. Was it 2 balls on the pitch? I think that was probably the case.
Tom, mate, I've got you, Tom. I got you there.
And here comes the aforementioned Liam Watts. He is everywhere at the moment. McIlorum almost going toe-to-toe with him there. So this is a great opportunity for the Castleford Tigers to respond after that early setback. Close to the Catalan line and putting them under pressure, and Junior Moores just swats aside David Mead's first attempt. So they're coming down the short side, trying to get in at the corner with Truman.
Go, you're not square, Sammy!
On the last, ball over the top. Oh, wow then. Has Clare got in, or was he denied by the tackle?
Well, it's going to be a decent effort if he does get in. He dives for the corner. It's good play and good recognition from Shenton that he dummies to go open, comes back blindside, flips the ball over. Lewis Tierney tries to push him out here. He's still in the field of play. The corner flag doesn't matter. That's a try. That's a great finish from James Clare.
One for the video ref, Phil Bentham. Has James Clare got this?
That is a great skill. Last week against Wigan, he made 172 metres from just 13 carries.
It's the greatest example that of the need for a video referee. And as it spins around, I think he's going to confirm here, this is the first try for the Tigers.
Great finish from James Clare for his 4th try of the season. And what a finish this was.
Well, Liam Watts come up with a powerful run, scattered a couple of players, come up with some decent player balls, and Junior Moore's getting rid of some Catalan players. They were all scattered, and all of a sudden they're trying to solve it themselves. Lewis Tierney having a little look in at Michael Shenton. You could see that David Mead, he'd bit as well. He'd gone the other side, fell for the dummy, and that's all it takes, just a lapse in concentration. And James Clare comes up with the goods.
Lewis Tierney doing his best to try and deny the Tigers winger, but couldn't do so, and James Clare will enjoy that, because back in April against the Catalan Dragons he got a try, but he also sustained a broken leg, was then out for a long spell, only just recently back for that game against Wigan last week.
We're hoping here now that Jamie Ellis does his best with his kick, because they've missed Luke Gale, the second best goal kicker. And in terms of accuracy, Gale's been so far this season. Jamie Ellis knows that an extra 2 points, even a difficult one here from the touchline, could make the difference at the end.
Ellis from out wide, but misses with that one. 8-4.
That shows the danger of Michael Shenton, doesn't it? Fakes to go one way, comes back the other, got the confidence, even on that short side, with just a couple of metres to spurt. They'll still back themselves, this Castleford side. Like I said before, that Darryl Powell choosing to rest Adam Milner. They come down missing 8 players, but they still fancy the chances here.
You'd have to criticise Catalan's defence on their own line. That is defensive naivety there, isn't it? To just assume, oh, he's going to pass it to the rest of the team.
So that will calm any Castleford Tigers concerns. Not that there would have been, it was early days, 8-0, they knew what the problem was, a couple of errors, and they'd paid the price. They've come up with another one.
Well, Paul McShane, and let's not forget, 31 degrees. The ball's going to be slippy. The opposition's going to try and hit around the ball. They're not going to tackle you around the legs. First contact, normally in rugby league, now is always high. A couple of other players come, lend their weight in that tackle. So it's very important that if you do get held up and you're caught by a defender, you've got to make sure that you keep a good grip of that ball, and Michael Simon did a decent job. Quick play the ball from Junior Moores, tries to use the footwork, tries to spot a weakness in the defensive line, but good defence, Catalan.
So Catalan back in possession. Here is Tony Gigot. Quiet game from him so far. This mercurial fullback is Benjamin Garcia now. Been a solid performer, only 2 absences for the Catalan Dragons in the second row this season. Samisoni Langi back in the side, he's missed a few. High tackle from Shenton claimed the Catalan supporters, and a knock on as he went to play the ball.
Well, they need more from the standoff. Samisoni Langi in a game against Leeds last week ran over Joe Moon and Adam Cuthbertson, and he ran through them and embarrassed them, but we've not seen enough of him here, either creating play for his teammates around him or running and making a difference there. He's come up with a rather simple mistake in a great attacking situation.
He has got to go at the defensive lane, he has got to take them on, but he's also got to be very creative when you're down near the opposition's try line.
So the error from the Tongan international, former Tongan international, gives possession back to the Castleford Tigers. 15 minutes gone, Catalan ahead 8 points to 4, all their points coming so far from Josh Drinkwater in a really fast start from the Dragons. Castleford just getting to grips with the game. Here is Liam Watts back in the side. He's sent off against the Catalan Dragons on this ground last year for a high tackle on Remy Casti. The kick is a good one. It's a great one. Oh, which side of the flag was it?
40-20, Bill, don't worry.
40-20. Gigot looked a bit nonchalant there.
It's great skill in the kick, but I think we sometimes get overexcited. Here's Paul McShane, left-footed kicker. It's a great option for him. Hard surface. The referee tends to slow us down. The Dragons will be back here in position.
The ball's gone backwards and it's scooped up by Mead.
Play on.
He's off. The ball was spilled. And David Mead has got the legs. Surely he has. But this one must go to the video ref. How did that ball come up for David Mead? And sure enough, Robert Hicks has not awarded that yet. In fact, I think he said no try.
I said, passed it upstairs, and David Mead, he was at fault for the try when Castleford scored a couple of minutes ago. And he goes the full length of the field, he picks the ball up. He's a quality player, David Mead. Liam Watts goes into contact, there's a couple of players around him. How does that ball come out? Was there a hand in there from Tony Gigot?
Did Remy Casti knock on? That's, I guess, the one they're looking at more, because there's a clean pickup, and he's the winner of that race, we know that.
Well, he's not even bothered to have a look at the ground. So David Mead is, by the look of things, going to be denied. And presumably, we've just had the one look at it, that's all for Bentham needed.
Yeah, here we go, Remy Casti goes to pounce on that ball, knocks the ball forward. That's the correct call from the video referee. David Mead, 90 metres. Has to jog back now.
It's just what you need in this heat,
yeah.
isn't it?
I think
Run the length of the pitch and then we'll rule it out.
The ref Robert Hicks was thinking, I should have called that up there. I thought it was that. I sent it up as a no try.
Shrug of the shoulders from Remy Casti as Robert Hicks explains to him why. Presumably the video ref is sitting in an air-conditioned truck somewhere. But disappointment for the Catalan Dragons, but
I had to do it as
correct decision.
Sorry, mate.
Michael McAlorum, I think, just making that point as well.
He said you could have called it back. We all had to run down there. And the ref just turned around to him and said, I had to do it as well.
Stay here, mate.
So head and feed to the Castleford Tigers after all that, just 10 metres out, and they're going to come have another look at this side of the field where Clare was successful just a few moments ago. See if they can repeat that. No joy that time, and Junior Moores is pounded and driven backwards. McShane calling the shots for the Castleford Tigers, who are bang in front of those posts. With Massey now attacking that end where all the Castleford Tigers supporters are sitting. Oh, lovely offload over the top, but that one is intercepted, and Tierney gets the ball first before Clare could.
Yeah, it was a blind offload, wasn't it, from Jesse Seni-Lefeo to Paul McShane. They tried to get the ball over the top of the Catalan defenders. Unfortunately, it goes into the opposition's hand.
This is a really tough game for referee Robert Hicks, because not only has he got the normally partisan Catalan crowd on his back, but he's also got a big contingent from Castleford. So it's a really lively atmosphere. Two very, very keen sides. There's a lot going on.
Well, the French fans are convinced that the Tigers defenders are moving up too quickly. They're screaming that they're offside to the referee, but I think what is one of Castleford's features, that when they get reports in their own half, they move up, they compress, they put them under pressure. It's taking a relieving kick now to get them to the other end.
Kotimalu Tongagai allowed that one to bounce into the hands of James Clare.
I'd like to think the sun was in his eyes then, because you can't take a gamble with letting the ball bounce. The sixth fullback that they've used this year, still trying to get the attacking lines right along with the defensive shape.
Here's to Agodo, who was playing the ball, keeping his place. The unlucky Jai Hitchcock's injured and out of action. So Agodo continuing in the side. Here is Watts. The players look hot and weary already, and the penalty.
I was going to say, Bill, from both sides, the couple of players are quite passive when they go in and carrying the ball forward.
Well, you know, before this match, both these sides have been awarded about the same number, but the Catalan Dragons have conceded 32 more than the Castleford Tigers, and I guess that is still their Achilles heel, isn't it? Because it gives your opponents one more chance to score and one less for yourselves.
Another penalty. Jamie Ellis drives it downfield.
Hold up.
So the pressure is once more on the Catalan defence. Quentin Lalu Tongagai just weaving through that Catalan defence and leaving them flat-footed to claim his third try since joining the Castleford Tigers. What an inspired recruit he has been.
Well, I don't think that he can quite believe it here when he pumps the ball. Everyone seems to fall for it. He goes through the defender, Tony Gigot. Came to this country, played for Darryl Powell's former colleague, Mark Aston at Sheffield, been given the opportunity in Super League, and he has been a tremendous player in the lower leagues, and he's been given the opportunity to play in Super League, and well, that's the sort of skill that he's got.
33 years of age now, maybe thought his Super League chance had passed him by, but Castleford had need because of all their injury problems, and he's delighted. Those Castleford Tigers, orange colours, 1 or 2 orange torsos as well, I think. Sizzling, but celebrating. And Jamie Ellis missed with his first conversion attempt. It was a difficult one from wide out. This one within his range, certainly.
We'll have it after this kick.
I think Danny Orr has just asked whether there is any chance of a water break. I've just heard Robert Hicks say we'll have it after this kick. It is very, very hot. Ellis on target.
Well, however you dress up the Catalan problems, the simple fact is they've missed too many tackles this season. They've got the defence hungered and they're heading in the wrong direction. And although there was some creativity from the Castleford team, it's got the fans happy. Catalan again on that side of the field, the right flank for the Dragons. It's poor. The referee talking now about the penalties that have conceded. Casty wants to discuss them.
The team have got a hold when they dominate the ruck because they're going early.
8-10 the scoreline then. Castleford having been 8-0 down, they are having a drinks break. And it's been a good turnaround from the Tigers.
And then they learned from the mistakes in the opening 10 or 15 minutes, and Danny Orr.
There's a lot of drinking going on. Sorry, Terry, to interrupt you, is there? For a drinks break, there isn't a lot of drinking for either team going on.
They'd be quite happy in taking a bit of a break. When I thought Remy Casty started the game strongly, there's been some strong defensive efforts from both sides, carrying the ball really hard. You're obviously going to make mistakes when you're going into collision. The ball's, like we said before, greasy. Does take it out of you. And that's it, the break's over. And the referee's listening to you, Phil. Well, if you're not going to have a drink, let's get back on with the game.
Stay on side.
Not only is it hot, there's hardly a breath of air around the ground. None of that wind coming down from the mountains. And Castleford Tigers will be very happy with the way they've sorted this out, and then they come up with the error.
Well, it's always important that when you have had a bit of a break or you've scored a try, your focus and concentration still got to be good. And James Clerk coming off the wing to catch the ball for the prop forward. He was standing on the back line and they made that error. So that frustrates coaches. That players talk about it all the time. You scored a try, let's complete the next set of 6, and now all of a sudden they're on their own half. Another set of 6 they've got to defend here.
It's not a bad goal line dropout though, and Mikel Simon runs it back, and that's a good reception committee to greet him. Jesse Senny Lafayette there to welcome him. Here's Remy Casty. What a warrior he is, durable and a real loyal servant.
Very rarely gets dominated, turned on his back, Remy Casty. Makes it easier for the next player, which that was the play. So all of a sudden, when Remy Casty gets the ball, he goes forward, knocks a couple of defenders off, lands on his front, play the ball quickly, then Benjamin Garcia goes on the left-hand side. And because they're trying to slow that play down, slow the ruck down, they give a penalty away.
Real ebb and flow to this game. Catalan hitting the Castleford Tigers early on. Castleford powering back, and now Drinkwater looking for his second of the game. He's held up.
A good steps off his left foot, powers then through the line. Look at this, step off the left foot, accelerates through the line. And QLT just manages to grab the ball, get underneath him, prevent the try.
Interesting here, Tony Ray, when we did the Catalan witness commentary, saying he knew Josh Drinkwater. Oh, it's Greg Bird! It's Greg Bird who's caught them napping. Referee says it is a try. but it's going to need another video ref decision. But Greg Bird, well,
that's what he does best. That's what he does best, and I think not playing, you know, being able to play in the centre of the field allows him to do it more. Run at players, change direction, use his strength, and crash over for a try. An important one for the Dragons here. But the game had flown away from them. Nice bit of evasion. Drinkwater had a first attempt. There's one half-back or ball player having a go. Then Bird goes next. Does he score? Well, as he regained possession before the ball hits the floor, the referee's awarded a try. I don't think you can, on that evidence, well, I wouldn't disallow it.
Can you ground it with your chin?
Well, he gets his arms back on the ball. Well,
I think he's
got
caught
hold
it
of the
again
ball
there.
there.
I think he's caught it again there, Greg
I can't
Bird.
see on that how you could disallow that
You
try.
can head the ball. You can ground it with your chin, surely.
He didn't catch this yet. There's a play from Oliver Holmes to dislodge the ball. I think when it comes down, he does have hold of the ball. It's more in his right arm than his left hand. There he goes, reaching out. There's the play from Oliver Holmes. He dislodges it initially. I think that right hand has got enough grip on that ball to award this try.
What's video ref Phil Bentham going to come up with this time? He's had a busy game already. Have Catalan hit back through Greg Bird? Yes, they have. His second try of the season.
Well, they get close to the line here, don't they? They know that they may not have the attacking play that the Tigers possess, so the simplest way is to go hard and strong, and Bird does exactly that here. Leads by example, put his team back on the front foot by going hard, just about getting the decision to go their way. They now need Josh Drinkwater to add two more.
So Greg Bird in the thick of it. He was sin-binned against Leeds last time out. Back at the loose forward position. He'd been taking the standoff role for 5 games prior to the Leeds game. Samisoni Langi being out injured. Now then, here's Josh Drinkwater. Just pushed that one across the face of the posts.
Well, the former Australian international Greg Bird gets this, looks up, sees what's in front of him, notices that Oliver Holmes is starting to go sideways. There's a bit of a gap as well between Oliver Holmes and Nathan Massey. Then there's an overchase from Holmes, and he just manages to get on the inside of him, use his footwork. Like Phil says, he's got all the skill in the world, and I think probably the pressure's off with him playing in his usual position at loose forward.
Well, we've only just had over a quarter of the game, and it's been lively already, hasn't it?
4 tries in about the opening quarter. We're going to see lots of points in this match. We tend to do that when it gets to summer and the Dragons are playing at home against teams. Conditions obviously favour that. It's good conditions for passing and playing it at pace.
Here's Braden Williame. Haven't seen a lot of him in this game so far. It's a little run from the Fijian international. There's Fuad Yaha, all the play on the other side of the field from those two, really. Fuad Yaha, speculation that he might be leaving the club. McAlorum, what a determined customer he is. Tough of the cheeks, wrestled himself free, got the pass away. Garcia, here is another great competitor. That's another penalty. Casti takes yet another high shot.
They've just rolled Cast down the field, haven't they? Come from the first carry from Julian Bousquet, then the 4th carry, then Remy Casti trying to get the player back into centre field to get the penalty. Maybe 2 points here that they go for. No, running the ball. Here is Bousquet. Catalan making changes. Bench is going to be so important in these conditions. Here's Greg Bird once more. He's got the taste for more, has Greg Bird. McAlorum, little pass from him. The ball goes to ground. Casti couldn't get it. In fact, I don't think Casti was the target. And did he try and pull out the way for the first ball to his teammate Julian Bousquet? McAlorum, when he gets out, I think he wasn't expecting it. He was expecting the ball to go across the front of his body to Julian Bousquet. They chose to run that play then. Come up with a mistake. I thought they might have gone for the 2 points straight in front of the sticks. A couple of more minutes, then they could have to recover, get some fluids in.
Keep working with me. Let's get his heads in.
Players just taking their time,
Get in, guys.
taking a
Who else
drink
is in here?
on board.
You, Paul. Yeah. Okay.
And
Get your head in, Tony. Stay there.
Pressure
Josh. Ball
released
again.
for the Castleford Tigers. And they just need to keep a hold of the ball.
Oh.
Had their good patch. And then
Oh.
just let their guard slip, and Greg Bird capitalised.
Well, they've had a good patch. I think they're bringing on one of the better players as well. We've seen Grant Millington, I think, just in the background now.
Back.
Tigers usually perform at the best here when he has his hands on the ball. He's not touched it yet. Shenton down the short side, but he's like a midfield creative ball player, isn't he? Millington, there he is now in possession, skipping through the first defence. This time he keeps hold of it.
Grant Millington is tackled. Great servant to the Castleford cause, Grant Millington, in his 7th season. Another of the bench players coming into the action, Matt Cook. And on the last, the kick is not a good one, goes straight up in the air, only just over the halfway line. The ball is picked up by Drinkwater.
It's good pressure from McLaurin. He gets in front of Jamie Ellis, and then Jay Webster comes up with the ball, then loses it. 26, 27 minutes before the first couple of subs have come on for Cass, and Matt Cook and Grant Millington.
Ellis picked up a knock there.
He tries to kick the ball through, I think.
Came off second best. And in fact, Robert Higgs just been a word about that as Jason Baitieri comes onto the field.
Tackle one. Tackle. It's hero from the knock-on.
And they're going to play the ball. I was wondering whether there was some suspicion that there might have been a penalty there.
It was an earth shot, wasn't it, from Jamie Ellis, just trying to kick the ball. I don't think there was any real malice in that. Oh, if there was some malice in that tackle, though.
Bonjour, Jason.
Grant Millington and Cook, the subs, that's what you want from them. Get on the field and give us some impact.
They certainly made their impact on Jason Baitieri there. Here's Greg Bird, 34 years of age now. Bird, he's got a long-term deal with the Catalan club. Here's Williame. 4 tackles gone, as I beg your pardon, it was Garcia who played the ball. Busquet now, edging towards that line.
It's going to go to Drinkwater.
Down the short side, Drinkwater's little kick. It ricochets to him, and he gets his second of the game. And he looks as cool as a cucumber, as though that was meant to happen. But anything can happen when Josh Drinkwater gets the ball in his hands. And Catalan have come back strongly.
Well, Mystic Phil called it. I'm not so sure he expected this to come off, though. A lucky ricochet from Jamie Ellis straight back into the half-back's hands here. He just wanted to kick it into the corner. You can see Braden Williame chasing up hard outside of him. He comes up with that try. And before, really creative, isn't he? Going at the line. Jamie Ellis tries to turn away from it.
And over a third of the Dragons' tries have had kicks in them this year. That's why I suspected they were going to pass him the ball. He's their best kicker on the last play. And then I expected him to kick it, but I didn't think that they'd get the freaky bounce that's gone their way. They've had some bad luck in this match early on with 1 or 2 decisions. That one's gone in their favour here now. And you'd have to say at the moment, the main contender for the man of the match. If there was one selected right now, Josh Drinkwater would, I'm sure, be in the shortlist of 4.
5 tries to his name since he joined the club. What I was going to say, just when Greg Bird went in for that try, Tony Ray was saying during the coverage of the Widnes game, he knows Josh Drinkwater from his London days, and he had more confidence in his ability to take people on. He could do even more damage. It's not just his kicking game, there are other strings to his bow.
He's very skillful, isn't he? His all-round game certainly improved.
So Drinkwater's on target with this one.
Here it is, isn't he? Kicks the ball, bounces off Jamie Ellis. There's no other option really. He can't get out of the way. Ellis, he doesn't know what to do. It's a difficult kick to put in. He bounces. His reaction though to catch that, I think we're probably not giving him enough credit there. In a short space of time, took the ball softly. And they've now got that 8-point lead again that they had early in this match.
18-10 it is. 8-0 it was. 10-8 it was. 18-10. The restart into the hands of Jason Baitieri now. 28 years of age. It's his birthday on Monday, in actual fact, for the Paris-born former Aussie schoolboys player, Lewis Tierney, trying to get to his feet. Millington in the way. The Catalan fans appealing for everything.
Well, Godwin Springer on against his former club, involved in that tackle.
Here's Tierney. Tierney bursting through. Has he got the pace and the step? Just an ankle tap by Quentin Lalu. Tongagai denied him, but Catalan looking for more as Gigo weaves his way forward. Then offloads to Benjamin Garcia. Garcia to Baitieri. Jason Baitieri has brought down McShane with the tackle, but look at the yards they've made. 4 tackles gone. McIlora. Here is Gigo. Gigo gets the ball back, puts the kick in, and Webster gobbles it up. And at the end of it, little rush of blood from Gigo.
Well, needed more weight, didn't he, on that kick then. The way that Catalan just kept on rolling forward then. Nice close support, offloads in the tackle. Look how tight they are, look how much energy they seem to have now. Here when they're defending, getting off the line really quickly. And what's Castleford got? Got to get up the other end of the field. What can they do and how can they get there?
Well, they might try and go wide, but Shenton is brought down by Tierney. Half an hour gone in this game. Really lively encounter between the Castleford Tigers and their host, the Catalan Dragons. The ball back for Ellis, looking for another 40-20 kick maybe, but hasn't got the angle right on that one. And Fouad Yaha is able to counter. Yeah, suggesting that Fouad Yaha might be switching codes in the not too distant future.
Switching positions because he found himself in the full-back role there, didn't he? And then an excellent kick from Jamie Ellis. That was vital at that stage, just within that in-goal area.
I feel Cass have to find somebody in the final 8 minutes here. They're getting bounced off tackles, they're going backwards. Look at the meters that they're making, even after contact. They're still managing to pump those legs, get forward. There's a penalty.
Kenny Edwards was on the receiving end of that. Looks at the referee imploringly, and well,
Oliver Holmes all over the ball. Kenny Edwards, he hits hard, he runs hard.
Well, he's been a super sub for them. Josh Drinkwater's been very important for the Catalan Dragons, but we can't underestimate the impact that Kenny Edwards has had as a substitute coming on. Here's the kick when they're trying to score. They've gone from one end to the other, looking at back-to-back tries. The Tigers held them out then.
Goal line.
Castleford backtracking towards their own try line. They've got the numbers on that short side of the Catalan Dragons, but Castleford were alert to the threat. Webster with the tackle on Josh Drinkwater. Here's Bousquet now. Bousquet takes it back into the thick of things. Now with Drinkwater to Jason Baitieri. Baitieri to Samson Samisoni Langi. Benjamin Julian dumped to the ground. Struggling to get to his feet. Change of direction again. Going for this one. And Louis Anderson, just on the field, has made an instant impact with his first try of the season. Louis Anderson, brought on just a few moments ago, charging into the Castleford Tigers defence and getting over the line.
He's got good balance, hasn't he? Anderson dummies the pass, goes forward, carries a couple of defenders over the line with him. His 11th season in Super League, came over at the right age when he first came over and signed for Warrington. He's a big player for this Catalan side, and that's an important try as well.
The beard has gone for Louis Anderson in recent weeks. It's his winter thatch when he's out hunting, apparently.
Well, we know how important possession is in these conditions. And they're making sure with the possession they've had just to use the simple raw power, push their own way over the try line, pushing through the defenders, and the Castleford Tigers were doing well to cope, but can't cope near enough to their own try line. Big players here now, like Greg Bird, Louis Anderson, just been too strong for the Castleford side to cope.
Drinkwater to add to his personal haul in this game. He's got 2 tries to his name, and he's going to get another 2 points with that conversion.
Castleford have got long enough here now to cope. It's about staying calm because they've been on their own line, they've had less possession, the penalty's been conceded, have given the Dragons that field position they've been desperate for today. But we know that Castleford have got the easy capable of scoring 18, 20 points. There's enough time and there are enough points in that team so whether they can cope when the Catalan Dragons have possession.
Well, Castleford Tigers have got a good record against the Catalan Dragons in recent history. They've won the last 5 meetings between the clubs, and that includes 2 wins on this ground. So in recent times they've had the better of the Catalan Dragons, but in the last half hour, for most of the last half hour, it's been the Catalan who have dominated. Just that phase of the game where Castleford came back strongly, took the game back into their control, but it's runs like this that have unsettled the Castleford Tigers' defence. Here is Samisoni Langi, frustrating player, Samisoni Langi.
They look, he is. He's got an awful lot of skill. I said before, he's got to create more though. They look tired, Castleford. Again, they march down the field as this ball comes back from Benjamin Julian. Is it another penalty?
Hand in there, surely another 2 points. Half-time approaching.
I think they'll go here now, they'll tap this ball.
They know that they've got Cass on the back foot. Here they'll want to keep on going at them. I think when they started the game, they first knocked over the first 2 points, didn't they? But now all of a sudden, they can sense another try.
Well, they have tapped it. They are going for it, and it's with Busquet. Julien Busquet held close to the line. Drinkwater. Here is Samisoni Langi. Mead weaving his way back in. Managed to hold on to the ball there with a thumping tackle coming in. Anderson's pass. They are in again, and it's Busquet. And the Catalan pack, as they have done in recent weeks, is really running hot. And Julien Busquet extends their lead as half-time approaches with his 2nd try of the season.
Well, the big, powerful prop forward, all he had to do was really hit a hole. Louis Anderson was the man who got the ball. All he did was go at the line, knowing that he's got support on his left-hand side. And the gap's big enough. One of the biggest men in Super League to get through. And you can see everyone congratulating Louis Anderson. Eyes were for Louis, and not for that man, Busquet.
It's a sunny day with all the smiles here now in the south of France. There's a familiar pattern we've seen in so many of these tries. A penalty have put the Dragons into a position close to the opponent's try line, and thus in possibly the hottest day that Castleford have played so far this season, they've been able to cope with the hard runs from the big men.
Energy sapping conditions in Perpignan. And the Castleford Tigers just fading a bit as this first half has gone on. Josh Drinkwater with those eye-catching boots.
I can Bill.
Half-time approaching. Josh Drinkwater adds 2 more points.
There we go again here, don't they? Just forward pass it, one big man passing to another big man close to the line, and the gaps between the Tigers' defence can't cope with it. It's amazing to think at the end of this game, if they go on to win it, and they probably should here now with a 20-point lead, put themselves into 7th position, they can actually start to think about finishing the year in the top half of the table, which was remarkable. And you can consider how the season started for this side.
Well, they do have a tough run coming up. They've only got one more home game before the Super 8s phase of the season. They've got Wakefield away, Warrington away, Salford at home, Wigan away for the Catalan Dragons. So if they are going to make the top 8, then this is a golden opportunity for them now. They lead by 30 points to 10, half-time approaching.
I think they'll concentrate on themselves, but as they go into the final games, before the league splits, they'll look at the team that they've got, they'll look at the players around them and say, yeah, we'll go anywhere. We don't need to be scared of playing any team. Everyone always expects them to be in the top half of the table.
Well, they've also got a Challenge Cup semi-final to come against St Helens, of course.
They're full of confidence. Everything seems to be going right for them at present. What about this kick from Tony Gigo?
Gigo with the kick. It's just going to find the dead ball line.
Again, looking up, spotting some space at the back. Everyone's on the same tip sheet. The ball's kicked and there's a white wall in front of them. I like their attitude in defence. You can see how set they are here. To play the balls from Castleford are slow. So it's allowing the white wall to get back and then come forward. And have a little look at when Castleford are defending. They're not quite set to get off the line.
Steve McNamara, the Catalan coach, in position for just over a year now. It's had its tough times this year so far for him. £1 million game last season kept them in Super League, and this season they were certainly, in the springtime, they were looking as though they would be struggling. That ball bouncing all over the place, and Castleford Tigers, Kenny Edwards wants to play on. The referee's whistling like crazy.
I think the ref had already blown for the mistake. That's the reason why he pulls Kenny Edwards back. And again, there's some tired-looking players from Cast. They can't get through the Catalan defensive line, so they're trying to play outside them. It's not even as though it's like a shift for a shift, an attacking play. It's just a case of trying to move them about and just pass the ball to and try and find a teammate in a better position, but they can't do that at present.
Yeah, well, I haven't got him, but I'll get some new one. Yeah, bring that one off with you. Give it me and we'll swap it. Heads in. Ball in, Josh.
He might be the best half-time team talk, Steve McNamara. The most enjoyable he's delivered all season here. Kick for the corner, Gigo.
Gigo has offered Lewis Tierney the opportunity to chase this one, and it's still not dead. Quentin Lalu Tongagai, a bit nonchalant there.
He spots it again. Tony Gigo goes for it. Lewis Tierney just can't quite get that. Oh. Nearly went for it.
That could have been embarrassing. And that really summed up the effort from the Catalan Dragons, who lead at half-time by 30 points to 10.
Shoulder into the ribs and then leg drive from that point.
The month-end offers are on, so save £50 on this modern coffee table. It's just $199 at Oak Furnitureland. But hurry, ends Sunday.
Ready?
Ready.
Alexa, turn on the lamp.
Okay.
Oh no! Daisy!
Alexa, reorder tissues. Here's what I found.
Celebrate the start of summer in the Sky Store sale.
Ready? Showtime.
Choose to own on digital, DVD or Blu-ray.
Intrigued.
All yours from $3.99.
Wow. That's how we roll.
Diana!
It's like taking a stroll through the woods 65 million years ago.
All these great movies and more in the Sky Store sale.
Let's go and see a film with Meerkat Movies. It's one whole year of films with Meerkat Movies. 12 months, 4 seasons, the deal is all year. musical. I hate musicals. A whole year of 2-for-1 cinema tickets only for customers of Compare the Market. Simples.
Cif Power and Shine Kitchen contains orange and tangerine oils. It removes 100% of kitchen dirt and grease.
Cif Power and Shine, always a beautiful ending.
For protection from sweat, try Nivea Men deodorant, part of the Protect and Care range. Only from Nivea Men.
To keep the heads, they've been with the show.
Lads, and everybody! Every team's in with a sound. Isn't that right, Boris? Now we've got your attention, check this out.
Get a free bet if your selection loses in the Uruguay-Portugal match.
I don't want to be Russian, but we really must go. Let's go, Boris, Gideon and Brooks, for the betters of Britain.
Small says stay because you want to stay. There's no contract to keep you. GiftGaff, the mobile network run by you.
If it looks like this one...
Harry Clayton, I'm arresting you for murder.
I've lost my wife, my daughter, and my job, my whole life to this thing. So if you want this, you're welcome to.
Sounds like this one.
Take care of business, fellas. Here we go!
And makes you feel like this one.
I need you to go around there and you need to steal the hard drive.
I'm on my way!
Then it's got to be this one.
That's perfect.
One.
I know, right?
And I gotta believe that's all you want.
All the good stuff on Sky One.
Another nail-biting race awaits with the Austrian Grand Prix live on Sky Sports F1.
Got to grind the team down.
Well, there's more Super League to look forward to here on Sky Sports. Next week we'll see Huddersfield Giants take on Hull FC on Thursday night, 7:30 on Sky Sports Arena. And then big game on Friday night as Wigan face Warrington Arena for that again at 7:30. So that's round 20 in the Betfred Super League. Those two games. Round 19 rounding off in Perpignan with this game between the Catalan Dragons and the Castleford Tigers, and the Catalan Dragons leading by 30 points to 10, raced into an 8-0 lead, pegged back, trailed 10-8, and then have really gone to town, 30 points to 10. The Dragons are leading and heading for the top 8.
Well, it's a big lead, isn't it, as well, for the Catalan Dragons side. Kicked a penalty early on, then they scored the first try. Liam Watts made a couple of mistakes. They're playing on the front foot. Greg Bird comes up with a brilliant play to get rid of a couple of defenders. Gets through the line, tips the ball on. Look at that, straight over the top of Paul McShane. As soon as he's through the line, draws the fullback QLT, and he's looking for support, and it's that man Josh Drinkwater. And then Michael Shenton goes short side, and David Mead, well, he thought the ball was going to go in the field of play, and James Clare comes up with a fabulous effort under an awful lot of pressure from Lewis Taine. He can't prevent him from scoring that ball. He gets his body angle right. You see, look at that. Catalan players already from the dummy from Michael Shenton setting themselves off in field. Again, going back the same side. QLT beats a defender. I think it's Taine who shoots the line. He can't come up with the play on the experienced player. Look at this, nice play. Shoulders, hips were all wrong from a couple of the Catalan defenders, and they knew that they got that all wrong. And I think the man who's been outstanding in this first half, Greg Bird, spotted a few defenders that had switched off. Goes in for the try, goes upstairs to the video referee, but good play from the experienced former Australian international.
Well, he leads from the front, and he knows that having conceded 10 points in less than 10 minutes, his team needed to be the next ones to score. He did the simple thing, didn't he? And just about with the benefit of the video referee, was awarded an important try there, which they then went pretty quickly afterwards. Then a penalty had put them back into this field position, and there's an element of luck, but you've got to compliment the reactions and the skill there of Josh Drinkwater to take the ball back in and then convert that try as well there, that took the lead then put to that time 18 points to 10. Louis Anderson powering over. We've just seen a simple conversion of field position into points. We've got down to the opponent's end of the field, and the big men have found a way of getting over for big plays. He just throws the dummy, puts himself between two defenders and accelerates, and it's that leg drive, the strength in the lower half of his body that puts him into position to score. Similar fashion, this time it's a pass from Anderson. He knows the defenders are going to watch him and releases the big man outside. Julien Busquet, very important performer for the Dragons this year, a key player for them.
Well, at half-time then, Catalan Dragons leading by 30 points to 10, looking to avenge that defeat earlier in the season at the Mendejo's Jungle when they were hammered by 41 points to 0. And at the moment, they are on course to avenge that with this half-time advantage. More action coming up after the break.
Thank you for taking my call. Before we continue, could you say the first and third digits of your security pin? Oh, I didn't catch that. Sorry. That's the second and fourth, please. Okay, lovely. All gone through. Did you see what I did there?
It's a scam. Never reveal your full security PIN, even if you think it's your bank calling. Learn how to protect yourself from fraud.
6. Alexa, how many stars are in the galaxy?
Many astronomers believe it contains at least 100 billion stars.
7.
Alexa, play some relaxing music.
Okay.
Okay!
Save on all you need at Curry's PC World.
Get up to £200 off this Sony 4K-ready Android TV with Google Assistant built in from $749, our lowest ever price. Save £40 on this 7-kilo Beko washer. Get the 8-kilo model for just £20 more. Collect in-store and take home today. And save £50 off these exclusive Beko ovens with a generous cooking space, perfect for a large family. At Curry's PC World, we help you get it right.
Time to shake up your cleansing routine? Try the UK's #1 micellar water by Garnier. With one cotton pad, the micelles capture makeup and impurities like a magnet. Remove makeup, cleanse, soothe, even sensitive skin. The only micellar water recognised by the British Skin Foundation and Allergy UK. Available at Boots by Garnier Naturally.
Let's go and see a film with Meerkat Movies. It's 1 whole year of films with Meerkat Movies. 12 months, 4 seasons, the deal is all year.
It's a musical. I hate musicals. A whole year of 2-for-1 cinema tickets only for customers of Compare the Market. Simples.
Everyone knows their positions.
SWAT isn't about kicking ass. It's about saving lives.
Which sometimes requires kicking a little ass.
Brand new SWAT, Sunday the 8th of July at 9 on Sky 1.
Wind Gap. There was a murder there. Another one's missing now. Get me a story.
Someone in this town's hiding something.
Mama says I need to be careful around you. Is that true? Are you dangerous?
That was an absolute wicked kick, that.
And there is more NRL action live on Sky Sports. Next week, Thursday, sees Melbourne Storm take on St George Illawarra, 10:50 a.m. on Sky Sports Arena. Friday, Penrith face the New Zealand Warriors, again, Arena again, 10:50 a.m. And Saturday, Canterbury, Canberra, 10:30 on Saturday morning for that one on Sky Sports Arena. Another dose of NRL action, and don't forget, Game 3 in the Origin Series. Can Queensland at least salvage some pride when they face New South Wales? 10 a.m. Wednesday, July the 11th on Main Event and Arena for that. Can the Castleford Tigers salvage something in the second half at the Stade Gilbert Brutus in Perpignan, where they trail by 30 points to 10? Josh Drinkwater having a big impact on this game, with 2 tries, 5 goals to his name so far, as Castleford Tigers, on an unbeaten run at the moment, are facing a real battle in the second half to maintain their run, maintain their challenge, maintain their hope, which still is alive, of a top 2 finish in Super League. But they have got to come up with something special in the second half, up against a very, very fired up Catalan Dragons side. Josh Drinkwater then gets the second half underway.
Bill, I think they need a big opening 10 or 15 minutes in this second half. I think they let each other down in the first half though, and defenders switching off when the ball went away from them. There was a couple of players that were walking. Catalan recognised that, they were then started turning the ball back inside, dropping those players off, targeting some of those weaker defenders. Some intent in some of the carries here. Matt Cook comes up with a strong one, met with some decent defence though from Jason Bateri.
Well, they've got to fight fire with fire in the middle of the field, because the Catalan pack have been running over the top of them at times.
Well, you said that Josh Drinkwater, how well he'd played. He'd only played behind a big, powerful pack that continuously went forward. It was easy for him. Catalan need to do the same, but Castleford need to really have a dig at the middle of the field, because I think that they've been working very hard, they've been making mistakes, they've been giving penalties away, and that's led to all the pressure going on themselves.
Truman's kick was collected by Gigot, and now Castleford Tigers will look to force an error from this Catalan side, and they are capable of doing that, Catalan. They have, as we mentioned earlier on, squandered leading positions at times this season, most memorably, Phil, against Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, I think they led by 19 points in an early part of the second half and fell away and lost badly. But at this position here now, with their experience, be an amazing comeback for the Tigers. They've got it in them. The Castleford side, when they get to that free-flowing, last season, you remember the number of times they went back-to-back with tries. 12 points have been put on the scoreboard in about 4 or 5 minutes. And they need one of those examples right now, with QLT now tackled 30 metres from his own line.
Drinkwater's kick wasn't one of the best. He was under pressure.
Poor kick, it needed to be in the corner, didn't it? If you're going to try and put pressure on the opposition, don't come up with a midfield bomb like that. Stick it into the corner, ask some questions of them. They're the ones that are behind on the scoreboard. Lange goes down here.
Clash of heads there, Samisoni Lange. Was it a clash of heads?
Yeah, I think it was with Julian Bousquet. Well, there's a penalty for the tug on the boot. You won't let the Casper play it up to play the ball, but when Lange goes into the tackle, I'm sure he clashes heads with his own teammate.
Time off. Hang on, please, Michael.
The physio's on now, just checking, seeing how he is. The head injury goes down now, is getting assessed now by the physio, and I'm sure the doctor will be on as well soon.
He can't pull his leg on a win, he gets the right to play that ball quick.
There is Samisoni Lange, former Lee Centurion last year.
Yeah, mate, well, you can't pull the leg, just let me deal with that.
And back in the side, having missed 5 or so games.
Yeah, mate. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Head collides with Julian Bousquet, his teammate.
Yes, hold a 10, mate.
We saw one of them last night, didn't we? Was that with Chris Anakin?
All ready, mate.
Who came off second best with his own teammate.
Go.
Well, he seems to be okay. Penalty puts Castleford Tigers deep in Catalan territory.
Well, they can't squander this test here, this challenge, this opportunity, as Truman now delivers a pass to Ellis.
And the
Holmes
ball
loses
goes
it.
to ground, and Williame pounces on it. And that was the tail of the first half.
Well, when you looked at the attacking lines and the shape that they had then, yeah, they had players that were pushing up in support, but they looked a bit timid when they were going at the line, expecting the pressure to come from the inside. Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you're going to come up with the play, you've got to execute it at 100 miles an hour.
Kenny Edwards plays the ball, so Louis Anderson takes it in for the Catalan Dragons. Castleford coming up with the first error of the second half. That was the way they started the first half. Spilling the ball. Garcia, though, tackled by Millington and Moores. Sounds like an old furniture store, Millington and Moores. As Samisoni Langi hoists that kick. And Quentin Lalu Tongagai claims that one.
Well, did well. Not going to allow that ball to bounce anywhere near his try line. But still, decent territory in defence here, and that's a high shot. Lewis Tierney is the man
Langi who was... Was it Langi who was...
Lewis Tierney's the man who's penalised.
This is what the Tigers need, isn't it? Their opportunity is in this first 10 minutes of the second half. They've got to make sure their opponents don't score and be the first to score. They're going to attack again. Well, we've seen what shapes they put on. They've had a 10-15 minute rest at half-time. Can they attack with the same precision that we saw at the start of the game?
Two penalties, the start of the second half, both to the Castleford Tigers. Can they make use of the opportunity they have been given? McShane, here's Truman. Little skip from Quentin Lalu Tongagai. They've fallen for it once of Catalan Dragons. They weren't going to on that occasion. Here is Millington. Anderson gets a hold of him. Jason Baitieri arriving late there. Could have been penalised. Here is Truman. Truman's pass. Short one. To Junior Moores. A bit sort of pedestrian from Castleford.
Easy to read, Bill. Easy to read.
So Truman puts a little kick in. It's not a bad one. And Gigo. He tried to get away with it then. He tried.
Well, good work from Jake Truman. He's been growing in confidence game on game. Gets the correct weight on that kick. Gigo's looking over his shoulder, but the pressure from Michael Shenton, who doesn't give up, makes him play for this ball. So they get another set of 6 now because of the efforts from Michael Shenton, the captain, who was outstanding last year. When everything was going right for Cas Tigers, he was the man who led from the front. The left-hand side for the Tigers was lethal.
Faintest of touches from Tony Gigo there, and he was looked over his shoulder hoping nobody had seen it. But Robert Hicks,
come on boys, let's get going,
wasn't going to fall for that one, and taking their time. And Gigo eventually will launch this one. We saw him against Widnes the other week with that audacious short restart, which got the ball back.
Well, that was a game-changing moment, and the Tigers need to create their own now. You know what, they've had a great first 5 minutes here, they've had some good field position, they've had lots of possession, and with Gadwin Springer now, one of them needs to change the game here, lift the hopes of the fans that have travelled over.
Just stand up, it's better that way.
Springer looked to the referee because he didn't feel that the Catalan players were letting him get up and play the ball. Robert Hicks said, just get up.
They'll take the game away from the referee. It's all about what you do.
So what can Castleford do now? Ellis.
Move, Josh.
Busquet brought him down. Webster flings the pass to Millington. Millington onto Truman. Truman, but ball comes back. And then, wow, Shenton looks in field, and the look on Michael Shenton's face there said it all.
Well, they're just not getting the lines right. When Jamie Ellis goes on the right-hand side, there was nothing really on. When he goes over to the left-hand side, sorry, he then tries to give it Junior Moores. I think everyone was expecting the ball to go out the back. He chooses to hit that lead runner. And whether the calls aren't right, whether the conviction's not right, whether people are saying that, look, well, give it him, he'll sort it out, and the Cas fans travel down to the south of France, conceded the first try, but then went on to score the next 2. And they thought it was going to be a good day for them, celebrating down Canet Plage later on.
Oh, it's okay, we don't need
They'll still be down Canet Plage later on.
Maybe not celebrating, though.
They're having a good time.
Let's go.
but not enjoying what they're seeing so far in this contest. And the second half, the start was so important, and so far they haven't managed to unsettle Catalan's grip on this game. Here is Kenny Edwards. Had his problems in the NRL and let go by Parramatta, but that's been Catalan Dragons' good fortune to get a hold of him. Busquets trying to get to his feet to play the ball.
Well, Cas trying ever so hard, aren't they, to make these play the ball slower. Gadwin Spring has been forceful since he's come onto the field.
Here's Gigo now, takes the pass from me, and Gigo bursts through, gets the pass away. Oh, the ball is over the top to Fuad Yaha. What's he trying to do there? Trying to kick it ahead. Bundled into touch in the end, and Tuyo Agodo kept his cool there.
This is the difficult, brilliant play, isn't it, by the French side here. Bit of footwork, acceleration. They've been under pressure for 5 minutes, and the offload to William. He puts the ball over the top, and this is the difficulty of a right-footed kicker playing on the left wing. It's very hard, isn't it? It's almost an unnatural movement to kick the ball with your right foot when you're running down that left flank. And he misses the ball, I think, completely. The ball goes over the sideline.
Do you think if Braden Williami just pins his ears back, he scores that try? Because when he goes through here, I think just go for it. He'd already beat QLT. I think he was definitely on there. If he takes that play, he scores the try. Unselfish play, maybe not the right one, though.
You'd have fancied him in terms of physicality. He's got the edge on QLT there.
Well, he played back row for Fiji in the World Cup, didn't he? He is a big, powerful player. Doesn't look the biggest, but he is a powerful player, and he's very quick as well.
So maybe needed the courage of his convictions there. Truman is hounded down by Mead. The PNG international was up very quickly on the youngster, but now here is QLT and gets the ball to Clare. Clare, though, goes to ground. Quentin Lalu Tonga to Shenton. Shenton, a leggy run from him, but he's lost the ball. And that is a tale of the try of the first half as the ball is kicked ahead by Drinkwater. Godo bats it over the dead ball line, and Drinkwater very nearly in for a hat-trick try there, and another catastrophic Castleford error.
Well, we've seen Josh Drinkwater kick for himself previously in matches. He will take on the line more than he did. He was first at the London Broncos. He saw the space behind. The referee has the decision here now, which is the greater advantage now for the Castleford side. He's gone back to the scrum rather than the goal line dropout.
Was that a shake of the head from Josh Drinkwater? He'd maybe tried to collect
the tackle here by
Jason Materney, that was quality, that. Getting underneath Michael Shenton. Michael Shenton's got very good footwork. He knows that when he's confronted with a big forward, he's got to use that feet at the line, and he can't quite get rid of Bateri, and he just hits him with everything.
Jason Baitieri regularly tops the tackle count, or near top the tackle count for the Catalan Dragons. Over 500 tackles so far this season. Plus,
stoppage for the ball going out of play
for him, the players, not surprisingly, just taking every opportunity to have a breather in the heat in Perpignan.
Well, Bill, they've still got another 30 minutes to go, and you can't make those mistakes. Talked about it in the first half. Under pressure again here.
Here is Kenny Edwards.
Move now, Mitch. Get square. Hold.
Catalan on the attack. Garcia, Jason Baitieri, Louis Anderson, first half try scorer.
Move, Mitch. Hold.
Catalan playing the game where they want it to be. Drinkwater, but Shenton very quickly up on Tony Gigo. Gigo weaving his way across the field, and then stops when confronted by Grant Millington. Probably a wise move. Here is Busquets. Busquets always looking to offload, and he has done. The ball's come back. Drinkwater, little kick from him. They are in again. Kenny Edwards, I think it is, claims the try, but will it be awarded, this one? Phil Bentham has earned his airfare to Perpignan, that's for sure, because it's another decision for the video ref, and Jamie Ellis, look of anguish on his face.
That's it, threw his head back then, Jamie Ellis. They've been committed for the opening 10 minutes in this second half, but Kenny Edwards not a problem, I don't think, here, getting the ball down. When you make mistakes close to your line, you've been struggling, you're behind on the scoreboard, everyone's looking for somebody to pull something out of the bag, and there's not a problem here. Kenny Edwards, strong player that he is, chases up that kick, and I'm sure this is going to be awarded.
And again, it was the boot of Josh Drinkwater that did it, as Kenny Edwards extends the Catalan Dragons' lead in this crucial game in Perpignan.
Well, they took everything that the Tigers could throw at them for the first 10 minutes almost this second half, and then the kicking game here. That left foot's there's been too much drink water for the Castleford fans to cope with, and the team here now. He's been everywhere and everything, and involved in most of the things that have come up with points for the Catalan Dragons. It's the fourth time they've gone to the video referee, and he signalled an important 4 points for the home team.
He's kicked 5 goals, Josh Drinkwater. Scored 2 tries. Created a couple. What a recruit he has been. Misses with that one.
But the confidence given here now to the Catalan Dragons, the fact that they've been the first team to score in the second half. We talked about the capitulation when they lost at home to Wigan. They had a similar lead at that point.
They were the first team to score in the second half against Wigan, Phil.
They were, but now they've got a 24-point lead, and that's, well, that's sizable. You can't write off the Castleford Tigers, but they need possession and they need to score very quickly. They've gone to try and get it back.
It has gone 10 and below. Play on.
Has gone 10.
Play on.
And the referee says Castleford Tigers can play on. Quentin Lalu Tonga guy. A little skip and a step from him, but Baitieri makes the tackle. Well, if Castleford are going to rescue this situation, they have got to try and make a dent in this Catalan defence. And soon, Millington. Here is Cook now.
It was a good first carry from Mitch Clark. Now he's on the field for Darryl Powell's men. Cook, they couldn't dominate him. And then Grant Millington at the line takes one in the back. Jake Truman just bouncing along, looking for some support.
Cook, legs pumping, does well. 4 tackles gone.
Go.
Young Jake Truman. Millington now. Ball on to Mitch Clark. That's the 5th tackle. At least a repeat set as Truman puts a good little kick in. And it's well judged by Gigo and Mead. They'll go back to the 20 to restart.
Got to be brave at the back, haven't you? Tony Gigo and David Mead, the PNG captain in the World Cup. Here he is, number 1 on his back. He's used to being in those situations. So both of those plays, knowing that that ball would go out dead. And now again, the outside back's doing a decent job getting forward here for Catalan.
2, Jamie, move!
He's Brayden Williami. Catalan Dragons in this great run of form at the moment.
3, move now!
And as mentioned earlier, they've got this Challenge Cup semi-final to look forward to. And they'll take on St Helens. Busquet able to offload to Benjamin Garcia. Garcia gets the pass away. On to Drinkwater. Drinkwater puts a kick in. Yaha is chasing this for all he's worth. And Quentin Lalu Tongai avoids his challenge, but Williami is there on the follow-up to make the tackle. Here is Jake Webster. But they're looking fatigued, the Castleford Tigers. They've been chasing this game for a lot of it.
I think when you look at Catalan, you could say that they're quite relentless in everything that they're doing. When they're carrying the ball, when they're defending. Come up with a decent win at Leeds last week. Beating them 28 points to 25, and seems to have brought that confidence into this game.
It's good defence. Shenton trying to get outside. Brought down. So James Clare from the outside in from the winger. McShane looking. What's on? What's on? Ellis is the option. Hoists the kick. It's a high one, but Gigo claims it.
And that's always a worrying sign that on the last play, when the man who's going behind the play the ball waves his arms, saying what's on. Someone's got to give a commanding call, either on the left-hand side of the ruck or the right-hand side of the ruck. Who wants the ball? What's going to be on? Because if the hooker doesn't know, no one else on the team will know.
It is hard playing at the start of your career as a scrum half like Jake Truman's doing here. In the south of France, when you're 24 points behind, you know, there's a lot of pressure on him, isn't there? The team are missing some players, and Greg Bird's back on the field here causing havoc.
The crowd didn't like the challenge on there, man. I'm sure Greg Bird appreciated it either. Here is Kenny Edwards.
Dominant.
Given the chance from the Catalan Dragons after his problems in the NRL. Drinkwater, little chip kick over the top. A penalty will come the Castleford Tigers' way, because as Drinkwater tried to pursue that ball, he was cleaned out.
He was a bit unfortunate, isn't he, Ollie Holmes? He gets the run was set up by Greg Bird, didn't he? He got themselves into position. As the game wears on, your eye is taking more and more to Josh Drinkwater, and the involvement, the impact, the influence that he has on the French team.
Big impact on this game. 2 tries, 5 goals, and Catalan might not have finished yet.
Move, Liam. Hold me, Paul.
Liam Watts back on the field. He'll do his darndest to try and wrestle control, but he's got to wrestle with Busquet at the moment, and that is some prospect. Look at that, right underneath those posts. And now Samisoni Langi, the ball mistimed, looking for Benjamin Julien. And Samisoni Langi, Gigo asks him what was he thinking there?
Well, he just picked his line, didn't he, Benjamin Julien? Langi goes at the defensive line, tries to fix a defender. Tony Gigo was out the back. And it looked like they had numbers, didn't he? If the ball goes out the back to Gigo, then they've got Mead and Lewis Tierney. Could have been a try. You see the cast players now just taking in the big deep breaths here, getting as much water on as possible as well.
I bet none of the Castleford players, I should say, imagined when they met in the middle of April, was it the 15th of April, they won 41 points to nil, that they'd ever be in such a torturous situation when they play the Dragons the next time. They really do have them on the rack here now. Question is, have they got the ruthless streak of a top team that can put their opponents here now and punish them harder in this final quarter that we're approaching?
Jake Webster is underneath that challenge from Drinkwater and Edwards and gets the penalty.
We'll be glad of this penalty. Well, in the end, you look at the players that are missing for Castle. It's not any excuses here, but the likes of Ben Roberts, Greg Minikin, Greg Eden, Luke Gale, Mike McMeekan, Alex Foster and Joe Wardle. And they are big players to take out of any side. Take some of your top line players out, you could struggle.
Well, that penalty has relieved the pressure on the Castleford Tigers line, and now can they turn the tables? There's still time for them to find a way back into this game. Truman very nearly lost his grip on the ball there. He's picked up a knock as the young man. Here is Ellis. Ellis's pass. Ollie Holmes upended by the tackle from Braden Williami. Play continues.
Well, they missed the chance then. Braden Williami was involved in that tackle then. All they needed to do was go to that same right-hand side. Instead, they go into the middle of the field where the defenders were.
Run around. Kick from McShane. McShane still chasing the ball. Gets it. What a virtuoso try that is from Paul McShane. He outdid Josh Drinkwater in terms of
I've got to try.
taking advantage of a ricochet there, and it was all his own work. But the referee wants Phil Bentham to have another look at this.
Well, I thought they'd blown a chance then by not attacking the position where Braden Williami was trying to get back to. Paul McShane, man that covers an awful lot of positions, very skillful. Michael Shenton now, you can see pushing up.
Was there any question of obstruction on Jason Betteri when there was a run around with Moores? I know that incident's already taken place, but are they going to go back to look at that point? Probably not at this stage.
I'm looking here, Phil, at what Michael Shenton's doing.
I mean, you know what I mean, the original run around.
I think Phil Bentham's having a look at that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, well, the ball's kicked there. I've missed that one from the original run around with Junior Moores, but I think he's having a look. If Michael Shenton here pulls back David Mead, now, I think that's okay. I think Mead just makes contact with Michael Shenton, then falls to the ground. He goes in, the ball's loose on the floor, he can't pick it up cleanly. Is there a push? Does he obstruct him?
You'd have to say yes.
Well, he certainly made contact with him, which is definitely impeded.
Yeah, he's a video referee, you make a decision, don't
Which
just leave
looks
him
like
with
it has impeded him.
I can't hear it.
McShane celebrates. Is that premature?
Is there enough contact on David Mead to disallow this try?
Yeah,
Phil Bentham, the video ref. Have the Castleford Tigers got a lifeline?
They have.
They have.
Wait, Jamie,
You have to ride your luck here. He wants to take the kick very quickly here now, Jamie Ellis, but I thought there was more of a question on an original obstruction with Junior Moores and Jason Bertelli, but there's 4 more points. The gap's 20, and Ellis now needs to narrow it to 18.
An important conversion attempt this is for Jamie Ellis, with Luke Gale absent. His goal kicking is crucial. It is on this occasion. And the Castleford Tigers may yet have an opportunity to turn this game round.
Well, they need some of that 2017 magic when they used to blow teams away by 40 or 50 points.
Well, do you remember the try they once scored at Warrington? It ranked as one of the tries of the season. They'd scored a try, and from the kickoff, they went again. Luke Gale scored in the corner, swung the ball from one side of the field. They need a try in this set, ideally here now, to get the home team nervous again.
Well, they've shown resilience in recent weeks, have Castleford, on this unbeaten run. 4 matches unbeaten, and each of their last 3 games have gone right down to the wire. Wigan last week, of course, 19-18, so if it comes to a duel in the sun, then you'd fancy the Castleford Tigers.
Well, 3 converted tries they are behind on the scoreboard. They scored back-to-back tries in the first half.
Hold it, Kenny, hold.
They're definitely one of those sides that have got that.
Truman, and Shenton just keeps a hold of it. Did so well there, didn't Michael Shenton? The ball was just about to get away from him.
There's an awful lot of pressure every time Truman gets the ball. He is being pressured. There's a lot of panic in some of the players whenever they look like to shift the ball.
He's still got a quarter of the game to go.
Yeah, 20 minutes, Bill. So they need the likes of Jamie Ellis and the likes of Michael Shenton to step up, lead from the front.
Didn't we have 4 tries about in the first quarter? There's an easy chance here with the conditions and the desperation of both teams to win. The competitive nature that we could get 4 tries in this last quarter.
Here's Braden Williame, once of Manly, before coming to Europe to join the Catalan club. Greg Bird. He's got a coaching role lined up with the Catalan club when he finally hangs his boots up, but you'd be reluctant to allow him to do that, such as the impact he can have.
It's so important, the same as this man, Remy Casti.
Move, Paul! Come on, Junior. Hold.
I think there's some debate as to what might happen to Remy Casti as his current deal is nearing an end. You couldn't see him. Okay, he went off to Australia briefly. You couldn't really see Remy Casti play for anybody else. Drinkwater gets the kick away under pressure. Groans and whistles from the Catalan supporters, but Robert Hicks saw nothing wrong with that. Brenton Lalu Tongagai brings the ball back. Claire shoves young Tuyo Godo out of the way and then gives the ball to the winger.
Move! Hold. Go to.
Ellis. Holmes now.
3.
Cass plays congregated over on the left-hand side. There's the hit from Paul McShane as Drinkwater kicks the ball, but that's okay. The ref called it. Live play, that was fine.
The Catalan supporters trying to lift their side as Mitch Clark goes on a good run. Baitieri could have been penalised there as he flung himself on Clark's body. And now Truman hoists a good kick. Gigo squinting into the sunlight. Shenton times his arrival well.
Well, they need some more of those runs like Mitch Clark then, but earlier on in the play. Kicking on the 5th play over onto the left-hand side. This is where they need to work really hard. They've done all the hard work. They've got back into this game really. As I say, with 18 minutes to go, you couldn't write them off. McLaurin back on now for the Dragons, which makes them even more dangerous.
Hold. Wait, hold, go for.
Casti, oh, that was high from Clark. You heard the smack.
They come up with a decent challenge when he was carrying the ball. And now when he's got to defend, he comes up with that shot on Remy Casti.
There's a man down, so they can
He
get
does
water on anyway.
read the game well, Remy Casti. Always looking at where he's going to run. He picks his target out, steps off his left foot, and then we go a water break now.
Well, I think that was relief for Catalan. This is some relief here now with the drink coming on as well. But the Tigers had worked so hard for 4 tackles, really condensed and compressed, and Catalan Dragons, there weren't that many people running to make ground. Some of the challenges, the collisions, the ferocious nature in which this second half's been played. We've just got to question now what impact this breaking play has. An unusual one. We don't see many breaks here. Water break midway through this second half here now. And the concentration is going to be tested for the Catalan side. They're ahead, but just seem to drop down a gear or two. They weren't playing as quickly as their opponents were before we got to this break.
The evening wearing on in Perpignan, but the temperature not showing much sign of easing up on these two players. On these two teams, rather, the players certainly feeling the heat, and feeling the heat as well in terms of their ambitions in this Betfred Super League table. Catalan knowing the victory in this game would put them inside the top 8. Catalan, with that in mind, Castleford Tigers, their eyes on the sides above them. Warrington, Wigan and St Helens. Will Saints disappearing into the distance, but Warrington and Wigan within reach.
Well, Catalan will be looking at every game. They're coming thick and fast now, but the more W's they get next to their name, the more confidence that they start to pick up.
Would they be looking at a drop goal at the end of this set?
Yeah, they could do, Phil. Like we've been saying, 3 converted tries in front, that'll take them out to 4 scores.
Move! Hold it, yes, balls.
Casti, McShane saying he was trapped, his arm was trapped in that tackle. His Bird. Well, if there's anybody who's going to orchestrate that sort of thing, it'd be Greg Bird. I mean, and Bird and Liam Watts exchange pleasantries there, and Catalan really under pressure here. Castleford are ramping it up. They know this is crucial. If they can get another score in here, then maybe the alarm bells will start ringing for the Catalan Dragons. Here is Casti once more. Every time he goes into a tackle, there's a groan from the supporters claiming a high shot. So it's the kick hoisted. The ball will come down and bounce out of play. Fuad Yaha challenging for it.
We've gone for the killer blow into the kick for the corner.
I think Catalan are going to get head and feed. Does Godo get a touch on this?
And can't make a clear decision. It's hard for the officials. They thought there may have been a penalty in that set again.
That's okay, that's okay.
Well, I think that's why the French viewers will see it again. Oh no, hammer there, it's gone backwards.
I thought Tuyo Godo had knocked that ball on.
Well, that's a shocking pass from dummy half. Not what you want 10 yards from your line. When you're looking at the defenders and they're all shouting, get off the line and whack him. That's not what you want. Mitch Clark trying to get behind the play of the ball, spots some space, and it's closed down by that man, Remy Casti.
Pontefract born and Australia raised. Mitch Clark Truman gets the pass away. Oh, dear me, and Claire, there was no way the wingman was going to get to that one. And that has been the story.
You can't criticise him for trying all that. They obviously need some miracle players to win this match. He's seen a chance to find the pass on the outside, but the ball hasn't found his winger.
I'm a big fan of Jake Truman. I just don't think it's been his day today. He's been putting under an awful lot of pressure from some of the senior players who are playing against him to throw that ball because you're not getting through them, you're trying to get around them, and yeah, you do see that space out wide, but you've got to execute that play. And there's games that we've seen Jake Truman play this year, and he has executed those plays.
So head and feed to the Catalan Dragons in Castleford Tigers territory, and they'll just be happy to be playing the game in this part of the field. Here is Gigo to Williami to Fuad Yahoo, who'll take on Igodo, gets the ball back in field, but there was a foot in touch, and Toyo Igodo managed to deny Fuad Yaha there, just pushed him out of play.
Well, Tony Gigo turned around and had a right go at Fuad Yaha. He thought that he should have come underneath and cut underneath Braden Williami. He hugs the touchline, he gets forced off the field. And they just seem so easy to create this overlap, the Dragons.
I'd like to see that though, a winger taking on his opponents on the outside. He won't always come off with it, I know that frustrates his teammates. But you don't get those spectacular tries that lift people out of the seats in the stands. Without that, the man beating his opponent with raw speed on the outside. It keeps the Castleford hopes alive though. You're going to have to score a long-range effort and hold from there.
Well, they are a side, surely, that's capable of a long-range effort, as we've seen this season. Okay, one or two of their long-range experts might not be playing, but there's still the pace in this side.
Well, let's not forget, this is more of a contest in the second half, isn't it?
Watts, the ball loops out to Webster. Webster's pass goes behind Igodo. So the 21-year-old former London Bronco has to retrace his steps to get the ball. Webster likewise, and you can see the fatigue on the faces of these players. Ellis, little chip kick ahead into open space, and back goes, who else? Remy Casti.
He's a machine, isn't he? Let's face it. When someone needs to put the hand up and take a carry when there's 3 or 4 defenders in front of you, Remy Casti's the man. And coming up with that play just runs his blood to water for this club. There's a knock-on here.
There wouldn't be many teams at 34 points to 16 down with 12 minutes or so to go, still believing that they can win this. And I think that's admirable that the Castleford Tigers, the body language, the movement, everything thinks in their minds we've still got a chance of winning this game. A lot of other teams, or some players in other teams, might think, well, surely this can't be our day. We've not had much possession. Bounce the ball's gone against us. But the desperate here, the clock stopped, and they still believe there's a chance.
Lewis Tierney with a knock-on, or was there a bit of nefarious nurdling going on the ground there by somebody?
Nefarious nurdling. Technical term. Well, you know that you look at the scoreboard, obviously after 80 minutes, and what it says in the bottom left-hand corner, but Castleford are 6-4 up in this second half. Just need a few more scores here.
Clare.
Move!
Brought down by Tierney. Here is Shenton.
Go!
Jesse Senilafeo, quick play the ball from him. Shenton taking him on his own. 3 tackles gone. They're closing on that Catalan Dragons line. Truman now. Truman into the middle of the field. And it's snatched by Drinkwater. And Drinkwater, has he got the pace? Webster on the chase. But it's going to be a hat-trick for Josh Drinkwater, the opportunist to settle the game. Surely now for the Catalan Dragons. The try awarded, a grimace from Jake Webster, and Josh Drinkwater, the man who has helped transform the Catalan Dragons season, has surely settled this contest with a hat-trick try, which he will convert to add to his personal points tally.
Well, came in round 12 against Hull FC, and Josh Drinkwater's never really looked back. Castleford trying to move the ball. And he has been the lucky charm. He's had a field day today. He's been helped by the bigger men in the middle. Him and Lange just sat back behind a dominant go forward. Dominant in defence, dominant in attack. And that just could be game, set and match for this Catalan Dragon side.
Well, the game needs to be patient with half-back playmakers, scrum halves. Obviously always peak in the early 20s. Time now looks as though it's coming on his side. He's in a purple patch. He's arrived in Perpignan. The team were desperate for a playmaker. He's fulfilled that role, and he looks full of confidence. His kicking game's created problems for the opponents, not just today, but in previous matches. And his kicks are putting plenty of points on the board.
And this for 24 points. Personal haul for Josh Drinkwater in this game. And the Catalan fans who've been sitting on their hands at times in the early part of the season when it really did look grim, Well, they are saluting their side now because Josh Drinkwater has extended their lead.
And they couldn't score a single point when they played at Castleford. Here they've just racked up 40. His reading of the play, both attack and defence, he can anticipate how his opponents are likely to attack, put himself into position, and that vision has confirmed, I think, a win here, puts them into the top 7.
Josh Drinkwater, I think it was a short-term acquisition. Not sure. Oh, that's Shenton challenging for that. Greg Bird is copped for some reprisal. And Mead landed on his
bottom of his back, I think.
On his pelvis there.
I would imagine this is going to be a yellow card. I've seen that in other matches this season. We hope David Mead's okay firstly. That's the I'm sure he's safe.
Well, Michael Shenton, both of those players are looking at the ball. And Michael Shenton comes up with the wrong play, obviously. Greg Bird takes fence and look, he cocks his right and then thinks better of it. Michael Shenton probably thankful that he's thought better of it.
There's probably nothing Shenton could do, was there, in that situation, but I think that the game needs to protect players, and I think as a result the referee's going to pull a card out of the back of his pocket.
Well, David Mead is all right, the PNG international, who has been a great signing for the Catalan Dragons this season. He started off like a house on fire, tries in the opening 3 games. They've moved him to centre, and that has been a smart move as well. Shenton getting a talking to from Robert Hicks, and they'll settle on the penalty there. And to be fair, this has been a big game, it's been an important game, it's been played in good spirit, in fiery conditions. I mean, you'll know in these sort of conditions it's hard to keep a hold of your temper. Not you personally.
Yeah, most games are like that. Well, the players play on the edge, don't they? Sometimes you've got to be crazy to play the game, and things haven't gone well for Castleford in this game. Michael Shenton's not a dirty player, they were both looking at the ball. And I know what Phil's saying, that you have seen them sort of tackles and them sort of efforts earn a player 10 minutes in the sin bin.
2 balls on the pitch. Well, 10 minutes to go, just under. Catalan lead by 40 points to 16. On course for top 8 place, putting the pressure on Leeds and Huddersfield, who they will overhaul with this victory, and they might not have finished.
He lost that ball then, Greg Bird.
Line. Go.
Here's McIlorum. Could be in again. Simon, is it? He's held up, Mikel Simon.
Oh, Paul McShane straight underneath him. Good defence here. He was spotted under the sticks. Changed his direction. Picked out Paul McShane and Mikel Simon.
He's like a hedgehog, isn't he, under the try line? He prevents so many tries, rolls himself up into a ball and makes sure that his body is underneath the ball itself.
So Mikel Simon denied his first try of the season, but...
Well, they filled the cameraman,
Braden Williami was the dummy runner. Cameraman went with him. Drinkwater it was who kept possession. Down the short side, Williami again. Good work from Jake Webster, and that will be the turnover.
Good tackle from the youngster as well, Agodu. Straight over the top of Williami, like we said before, he's a big, powerful man. Oh, look at that line speed from McLaurin. Shot the line then, trapped in the corner. There's only one way you can go here, and they get the penalty. Relieving penalty as well. Liam Watson come in then to help out, lend his way.
Castleford Tigers head home on Sunday. Regroup, they've got to prepare for one of the big games of the season up against the Leeds Rhinos. Leeds, of course, in this dire situation in terms of their run of form.
Move! Hold. Go.
Big game that will be at the Menderhose Jungle. But it's going to take some regrouping. They will hope to get some more players back. Maybe Adam Milner will be fit to return. Here is Watts, Truman. But it's going to need...
Move!
Some regrouping this is after this defeat at the hands of the Catalan Dragons, and their return to form has really been proved in this, because we said at the start, or Phil said at the start, that the victories of late have come against sides around them at that end of the field. Well, this is against one of the top 4 sides. Although Igodo, just for a moment, a glory in his sights, but not a flash in the pan then.
No, a pretty good performance, wasn't it? Although early on, you know, we were at that 12 points to 10 midway through the first half. We were uncertain, weren't we? The Tigers started in a competitive fashion, but just checking in there, the referee, they've certainly now, I think they've built some belief, the Catalan Dragons.
I can't figure what changed them, because Castleford Tigers had turned their game around, they got their noses in front, they were dominant. What changed?
I guess the heat and the fact that a few penalties in succession went to the Catalan Dragons. They scored tries, they got the ball back again, and the weight of possession at that point in the game tipped the balance in their favour.
And the Castleford Tigers have never managed to right the balance, and it's the Catalan supporters who are celebrating as the full-time hooter approaches. Big contingent from West Yorkshire there to cheer their side on, but they'll have to drown their sorrows in Perpignan, maybe go down to the beach as the sun is setting on the Mediterranean. Gigot, slow to get to his feet. Greg Bird. You don't get any of that histrionics from Greg Bird, do you? No. Old school in a lot of ways, Greg Bird. You saw when he cocked his arm at that tackle with that incident with Shenton. Here is Benjamin Julien.
I think Daryl Powell now is going to be looking at some of his plays, seeing what they've actually got here. Tony Gigot, that's the incident where he stays down from Paul McShane on the back of his head.
Bird, he puts a little kick in. Quentin Lalu Tonga guy. When he skipped through for that try, that was when Castleford were turning things round, and you thought that was first of all ominous for the way he managed to open up the Catalan defence. You thought, oh, they could exploit this.
Well, the 2 tries that they scored in that opening quarter were a real concern for the Catalan team. One where the defenders sort of switched off for a play for a second, that's all it took. And then the tap play with a few runners, about numbers and angles, and it confused the Dragons. From then they've grown stronger, and the big men have had big involvements.
When I was talking about Daryl Powell, and he'll be looking now what the players have got. Who's going to stand up? Who's the one who's going to put the hand up in defence and attack? Because when you're going easy and you're top of the league and everything's going for you, you're picking up those wins. That's okay, because you get on the bandwagon then. It's when things aren't going well. They have been in good form. They come down to the south of France, they're missing a load of players, but they're beaten by a better side. Oh, good play here from Tony Gigot. Did he? Oh no, it just bounced out. The kick was low enough as it went for touch. He made to play for it, he backed it back in the field, but then it goes out of the field.
Scrum down further along the field then. A chance for Castleford maybe to give the supporters something to talk about here now. They have in the past scored some spectacular tries from scrums. There's an opportunity with just a few minutes to go to get one. You never know with points difference on a league table at the end of a season. 4 or 6 more just might be the difference in one place, one position on that table when we get to round 30.
Sammy, you need to be touching. Sammy.
So the Castleford Tigers' unbeaten run coming to an end for the Catalan Dragons. It's going to be a 7th win in their last 8 league and cup matches. That is some turnaround in form for Steve McNamara's team. Tierney wrestling to get that ball. This is Sonny Lefeo not impressed with the challenge. Here is Ellis. Ellis onto QLT, gets the pass away, and it went forwards in actual fact, says the referee.
Well, it seemed to have 2 phases of defence then. McLaurin, first of all, got up really quick, put doubt in Castleford's mind, and then Fuad Yaha, when he comes in on QLT, forces him into making this play. Have a little look at this here. He just wants to get rid of the ball as quick as he can. He sees the young Frenchman shooting the line. the former centre-step player. And he is a big, powerful man, and when he hits you, you certainly know you've been hit.
You're talking about Josh Drinkwater's influence. This is his 10th straight game. It'll be an 8th win in that run of form. But another significant contributor is Michael McAlorum, who's been in for the last 15 now, and they've won 10 of those as well.
And I think his game's improved. I think Steve McNamara has had a positive influence on him. He's more of an attacking threat, kicking the ball, the passing near the line. He's creating some tries for his teammates. I think he's really kicking on in the second half, and from all accounts, really settling in. Fluent now in French.
Speaks very good French, apparently.
Hold here, hold.
No, that's just the way they can't understand him. There he goes, he's like granite.
That ball, well, Shenton tries to retrieve it. Samisoni Langi, they might not have finished here. Little kick ahead. Tierney was calling out for that. He's going to take on Clare, pins his ears back and gets to the corner. Will this try be awarded? Clare's on the ground in back way. Another length of the field for the Catalan Dragons. The first one from David Mead was disallowed. What's this going to be? Have they got to go all the way back to the other end of the field again? Hope not, because Michael McAlorum will really give Robert Hicks some grief on this occasion. I'm not sure, we haven't seen the referees, so we're not sure what his decision is.
Well, if the Dragons are to make the top 8 and make an impact when they're in it, they need to have some pace. They need an ability to score from nothing, which is what this is, a turnover, transition of possession. And the kick here from Samisoni Langi on his left foot is fantastic. His teammates are onside, that's clear, aren't they? They're all behind it. And then there's a clean pick-up for me here with Lewis Tierney. There's no doubt there. He gets over, he gets the opponent and he grounds the ball. There's no question from that angle. I'm uncertain what they will be checking.
Well, Phil Bentham doesn't need long to make his mind up on that one. Lewis Tierney has put the icing on the cake for the Catalan Dragons with his 5th try of the season. Back-to-back tries for him. They've got a try in the win at Leeds, and he's rounded off this victory for the Dragons.
Well, it was the pressure again from Michael McAlorum. Can have an impact even when you don't have the ball, and he's done so, hasn't he? He's put his opponents under pressure. They've conceded the ball here, and then they've had the speed here of both thought and body there now to go to the end of the field in the dying stages of this game.
All right, Liam, I've got it, mate.
And it rounds off a pretty tough trip to the south of France for the Castleford Tigers, and in a way sums up their performance, because the ball's gone loose. It went loose virtually from the first play of the game, I think, and there they are again, and they paid the price.
I think when you look at what Catalan have done, they have attacked through defence, and Phil nailed it. The reason why that try is scored is because the effort from McLaurin to get up, put pressure on Truman, gets rid of the ball, it goes to the ground.
Drinkwater looking to round a personal tally off with another conversion. Here you go.
No, that's teamwork. That Langi knew that he was being chased down. Clare was catching him. Then all of a sudden, Lewis Tierney pops up the right arm, says, "Yeah, kick it for me. I'm sure I've got the speed to get over the try line." Big finish for the Dragons.
44-16. Not many people saw this one coming.
Well, you're right with that. I think the bookmakers predicted this being the closest game of round 19. Oh, how wrong that is.
That would be painful if you fell into that trap. Here is Mikel Simon.
One.
And
hold now, hold.
as in recent weeks, the Catalan pack have really built a platform behind which Josh Drinkwater has had a field day with a hat-trick of tries to go with 6 goals. He missed with that last one, but 24 points out of their 44. Another big haul for the player who was with the Leeds Centurions. He's been with the London Broncos in his Super League career, was playing back home in Australia in minor leagues when Catalan Dragons came calling. And the clock counting down. Greg Bird, another of their try scorers, as the referee signals the end of this contest, and the Catalan Dragons supporters celebrate a resounding win in the end, a win that takes them into Super League's top 8, and a few weeks ago you would not have thought that possible. Such was the predicament they were in, with just 3 wins in their opening 11 games. Now they have turned it around and they are upwardly mobile. 44-16, there you go. Drinkwater contributing 24 of those points with the hat-trick. Bird, Anderson, Busquet, Edwards and Tierney. That last try, their other try scorers. Drinkwater's 6 goals. A brief comeback from the Castleford Tigers in that first half when they threatened and in fact led, but then Clare, Laulu Tongagai and McShane's tries weren't enough. Ellis with the 2 conversions, and Castleford's hopes of climbing above Warrington, well, they have foundered in Perpignan, and Catalan Dragons are the side who are celebrating because they move up to 7th place in the table. First time they have been in the top 8 this season. Leeds drop down, Huddersfield drop out of that top 8. Big closing few weeks of this first phase of the season coming up for all those sides. 3-way battle really for those top 8 places. Well, Catalan celebrating. Who will be celebrating next week? Huddersfield with a big game then after that result. Can they reclaim a top 8 place? They could do that if they were to beat Hull FC. Hull FC, of course, top 4 in their sights. 7:30, Sky Sports Arena for that one on Thursday night. And then those sides near the top of the table, 2nd and 3rd, Wigan Warrington go head-to-head on Friday, 7:30 on Sky Sports Arena.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.
Just looking to pass, earn the right to play, go forward.
Gale to Hardacre. Hardacre to Minikin. Wide to Eden. 31 for the season.
Celebrate the start of summer in the Sky Store sale.
Ready? Showtime.
Choose to own on digital, DVD or Blu-ray.
Intrigued.
All yours from $3.99.
Wow. That's how we roll.
Diana!
It's like taking a stroll through the woods 65 million years ago.
All these great movies and more in the Sky Store sale.
The month-end offers are on at Oak Furnitureland. So if you want a great new look for your home, all in solid hardwood, now's the time to get it at a brilliant month-end offer price. This modern coffee table in natural oak is only $199. While this TV unit smartens up any living room and is now just $249. The month-end offers at Oak Furnitureland. Don't miss them. They end Sunday.
Buy a £1 Health Lottery ticket and you'll receive a 2-for-1 offer at over 20 top UK attractions, saving you up to £55.
Alton Towers Resort, Madame Tussauds, Thorpe Park Resort, the Coca-Cola London Eye, Warwick Castle, Chessington World of Adventures Resort, The Dungeons.
Simply buy your £1 Health Lottery ticket and visit healthlottery.co.uk to redeem and get set for the ultimate day out with your friends and family. The Health Lottery, here for those that need us most.
Imagine an incredible world. A world full of wonder. Where the impossible doesn't exist.
To infinity and beyond!
Imagine all this in one weekend.
This is better than I ever imagined! Showtime.
Let your imagination run free with a world of Disney Pixar movies. Available now only on Sky Cinema Disney.
The Super Rugby champions of 2012-2013. 2 half-time, Lions with the lead. They deserve that lead, but the Chiefs have managed to stay